defense from Dortmund.
Готов! Дегар! Ника самомлета, ти дистана la scelva. Ciao! Suck my dick!
If you had a poor defensive scheme, he was going to fill the hoop up until you either figured it out or the game was over and you lost the game. Some of his acrobatic drives to the hoop are just remarkable. You know, he could get.
The L weaving its way through these quiet winter streets as all the action is inside the raucous Chicago Stadium.
To the All-Star Exhibition Game. Let's meet the starters for the West. At forward, making his 7th All-Star appearance, the standout veteran of the Denver Nuggets, 6'7", Alex English. Making his All-Star debut, the front court star of the Utah Jazz, the mailman, 6'9", Karl Malone. The man in the middle, an All-Star, each of his 4 pro seasons from the Houston Rockets, 7 feet, Akeem Olajuwon. At guard, making his first All-Star appearance, the virtual star of the Denver Nuggets, 6'3", Lafayette Fat Lever. And the NBA leader in assists in his 8th All-Star game from the Los Angeles Lakers, 6'9", Irvin Magic Johnson. The head coach of the West All-Stars is Brad Nelson. Let's hear it for your West All-Stars. And now, the starting lineup for the Eastern Conference. At forward, a 3-time most valuable player, an All-Star each of his 9 seasons from the Boston Celtics, 6'9", Larry Bird. He's one of the NBA's most exciting players in his 3rd All-Star game from the Atlanta Hawks, 6'8", Dominique Wilkins. The man in the middle, an All-Star for the 10th time, one of the game's most rugged rebounders from the Washington Bullets, 6'10", Moses Malone. At guard, the most valuable player of the 1984 and 1986 All-Star games. This Chicagoan is making his 7th All-Star appearance from the Detroit Pistons, 6'1", Isaiah Thomas. And finally, the NBA leader in scoring and steals, an All-Star each of his 4 seasons, the charismatic star of the Chicago Bulls, 6'6", Michael Jordan. The head coach of the East All-Stars is Mike Fratello.
Greetings, everyone, from Chicago, the host of the 1988 All-Star Game. Alongside the terrific Clark Kellogg and our reporter David Aldridge on the sidelines, I'm Kevin Harlan. And Clark, this terrific city has produced some greats, and 4 of them playing tonight.
You're exactly right, Kevin. The Windy City, Chicago. has produced Mo Cheeks, Isaiah Thomas, Doc Rivers, and Mark Aguirre, all All-Stars, and I'm sure they've got plenty of family and friends in attendance to enjoy their performance on the court.
Yep, so much to celebrate. And Clark, is there a common thread when you think about a Chicago-type player?
Well, I certainly do believe there's a common thread. When playing outside or outdoors in the Windy City, the perimeter shot can easily get blown off course. So you got to be able to get that thing to the rack and in a straight line fashion. And that's something all Chicago players share in common.
A lot of high flyers, you're right. And your West All-Stars, Fat Lever and Magic Johnson, the guards, Alex English and Karl Malone at the forward spots, and in the middle, Hakeem Olajuwon. For the East, it's Moses Malone inside, and Dominic Wilkins with Larry Bird, the forwards. And in the backcourt, Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan.
Du coup, yo les gars, on se retrouve pour une nouvelle vidéo. Aujourd'hui, épisode 4 de la carrière de Michael Jordan. Alors, les gars, on va dire les termes, on va pas faire les mêmes erreurs que d'habitude. Aujourd'hui, on va se la buter pour gagner enfin un match dans cette carrière claquée. Ah, on n'a même pas le rebond. D'accord. Non mais ça commence bien, on va vraiment gagner là, je le sens. Et Jordan, je vais te baffer en fait, t'es claqué. J'ai dit ce match là, on gagne, j'avais dit. Bon, du coup les gars vont se la buter pour gagner. Hein. Larry Bird, mon grand shooter. Non mais... Non, j'ai capté le délire. Casse-toi.
Much respect for the defensive Jordan. I mean, he gives his all on this end of the floor. I mean, fantastic at getting his hands up to block shots.
Now, here is Jordan. And the officials call for a 3-second
j'en ai marre. Et ça, cet épisode, il va m'énerver.
The faces of the NBA.
And Kevin, I think they've inherited the mantle from the great Dr. J. He's done such a great job representing the league all these years, and certainly he's left it in good hands with those two.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. And so it looks like it'll be still with the West All-Stars.
Johnson shoot, frère, moi je veux juste des rebonds. 8 rebonds, ça va être dur.
First quarter, just over a minute played. 4 on the shot clock. From the stripe. And the Eastern All-Stars favored to win tonight.
Star power and firepower. Veteran IQ and smarts. But you never know. The West has quite a bit of talent too.
Indeed they do.
Well, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
And foul on the shot. So
ça là, il y a 0 faute là. Arrête de mentir. Arrête hein.
He doesn't get the second one. And plenty of subplots to this game. For more, let's send it over to David Olds.
Il y a 0 faute. Arrêtez.
Thanks very much. Now this story has never gone away over the years, guys. Isaiah Thomas is of course a native Chicago, but you'll still hear some Bulls fans. That's because at that All-Star game a couple of years ago,
go tryhard les gars.
Whether Isaiah froze out Michael Jordan.
Merci. Là les gars, faut qu'enfin on réussisse des objectifs, faut qu'on gagne un match, parce qu'il y en a marre. On a marre. On a marre de perdre là.
I never said it, so what do you think?
But the reality is, we probably never will know the full story.
And Michael Jordan winning the dunk contest yesterday, Clark. Can he add to his trophy case tonight?
Kevin, I think his teammates want to see him win the MVP. I think they're going to give him as many touches as he needs to have a chance to do it.
Oh, ça va être dur 40 points avec cette fraude là.
I think that's a foul you can forgive somewhat. I mean, he's working hard on the glass and got a little overzealous. An error of commission is more tolerable than one of omission.
English. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Faut se la buter, quoi. Et là, je vais même pas parler de la vidéo, je vais juste me la tuer. Vous allez juste regarder un mec qui joue. Les gars, c'est trop dur. Hein. Se concentrer en même temps.
And the East All-Stars making a change here. Ewing's checked in. There's got to be some
Ah,
excitement,
Patrick
maybe
Ewing, dis-moi,
even
il a un mouche.
some butterflies playing in the All-Star game. You want to prove you
Non,
belong
mais
out there.
c'est impossible de faire des fake shoots sur ce jeu, c'est quoi le délire?
Try to do a little too much, maybe get flashy, but with these players still getting a feel for each other in the flow, a lot to be said for making the simple play.
Nevertheless, a great honor. Now, here is Jordan. Following the miss by Hakeem over Johnson. That one a little long. The West leading by 6. Pass to Lever. The shot, no good. Good D by Ewing.
Allez.
They need to find a high percentage shot, Clark, to regain some of that confidence.
I think they've gone too long without seeing one go down, and that begins to mess with your psyche.
Now here's Jordan. Knocks it loose.
Non mais Jordan, frère. Elle a vu, c'est une dinguerie, ma gueule.
Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And Fat Lever snubbed a year ago, now a first-time
Ouais, là, c'est
All-Star,
vraiment
well-deserved. He leads the league in triple-doubles, one of the original stat sheet stuffers, averaging 9 rebounds.
Mais gros, Jordan!
Best by a mile for NBA.
Non mais... Gros! Mais frère, il est en viol... Il est en glace. Eh, vas-y, moi j'arrête de jouer avec ce mec. Et c'est une punaise de fraude. Eh, j'arrête de jouer avec ce mec, sale fraude. Casse-toi, ma gueule. Sa grand-mère. Casse-toi, frère, sale pute. Casse, sale fraude. C'est bon, mec. Ça sert à rien, Jordan de fraude, ouais. Plus grosse fraude que j'ai jamais vu de ma vie. C'est vraiment claqué. Il était vraiment claqué.
Now, here's English. From about 19 feet, it's hauled in by Ewing. The East trail by 8. Thomas surveying the D. Pass to Ewing. Back to Thomas. Passes it to Malone. 6 on the shot clock.
Non, je voulais même pas shoot, frère.
Offensive rebound.
Merci. Et que comme ça on va gagner le match. Jordan va te faire, t'es trop plaqué. Voilà.
And you know, Kevin, his coach Wes Unseld says Malone has really added a level of aggressiveness to the Washington Bullets.
And he brings Clark a championship pedigree to the team.
No doubt.
Hey, Clark, the record for points in the All-Star game is 42, set by Wilt Chamberlain back in the 1962 All-Star game.
And you know, a lot of Wilt's records seem virtually untouchable, but I don't think that one is. With all these great scores, who knows? It might be broken tonight.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun?
Merci la
Yeah, you can't be overly aggressive when you're defending Thomas because he's very good at drawing fouls.
Allez. Voilà. J'ai dit, je vais me la buter pour qu'on gagne nos matchs à la fin. J'en ai marre de jouer de tout perdre. Non. Ah si. Pareil. Et bon, on est obligé de se la buter comme ça pour gagner. Tellement Jordan il pue sa mère. Même... Quelle faute! Elle est où la faute? Ta mère à la chon.
I think the refs will err towards calling the blocking foul, which I agree with.
Ainge against Drexler. McDaniel, the pass to Johnson. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Michael Jordan.
Johnson's length makes him hard to deal with inside, which is why he's able to draw fouls.
So Johnson hits 2 of them.
Already a very confident player, knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Cuts off the pass. And so it's the West All-Star.
Au mec, quand t'as fini, Jordan, t'es la plus grosse cote que j'ai vue de ma vie. C'est vraiment pas le goût que tu mérites d'être. C'est vraiment claqué. J'en ai marre. Là, on va encore perdre un match. J'en suis sûr. J'en ai marre, quoi.
As these great fans hope Michael Jordan can bring home the win and the MVP hardware.
And the head coach of the East, Mike Fratello, his first time coaching in the All-Star game.
McHale on the wing. Worthy defending. Look
Merci Jordan, frère.
of Michael Jordan. And tonight's All-Star MVP will have a $5,000 check presented in their name, Clark, to the Thurgood Marshall Black Education Fund.
Oh non, mais je suis... Ah, j'ai une craillasse. Wesh.
Bird is out there.
Ah bah les couilles, t'en mort, voilà.
Then it's Jordan. Then it's Rivers, and it's Doherty in at the center position. So that's who the East All-Stars start the second with. And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here. How about that? Mike's a terrific friend of yours and mine, and Fratello's Hawks recently moved into first place in the East after the Cavs beat the Celtics. Clark enabling him to become the coach of the East All-Stars.
So don't be surprised if the Cavs' Brad Doherty gets extended minutes in his first All-Star appearance. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Jordan. Tu vas vraiment prendre une baffe dans ta vie.
Isaiah Thomas checked in for the East. And Kareem looking to set the career record for all-star scoring. Isn't that something?
It really is. Needs just 10 points to do it, Kevin, and you gotta love his chances. I mean, that's a layup for him, pun intended.
Yeah, a good one. Well, Clark, there was some question whether James Worthy would actually play in this All-Star game.
Yeah, he's dealing with some tendonitis in his knee, and because of that, I think his minutes very well could be limited.
Yeah, he's got to pay attention to the big picture, doesn't he?
Yep.
Jordan against Drexel. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, the separator of Jordan from other guys is his drive. That's obvious in my mind. He wants to win more than most anybody else out there.
The West All-Stars making a switch here. Olajuwon's checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. Malone comes in for Worthy. Aguaya's checked in for McDaniel. And Levers subbed in for Clyde Drexel. And the West has made their entry here in the early going clock.
Unfazed by those that are predicting otherwise, they're playing with a lot of confidence and maybe a little bit of an edge too.
Yeah, you can see it, can't you?
Yep.
Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down to just 6 points.
Jordan, enfant en prime, enfant. On attendait que ça.
Johnson who brings the ball up for the West All-Stars.
Shoot, mon gars. Pourquoi tu shootes pas ta peur?
Kicks to Johnson. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2. Clark amidst this all-star celebration.
Fais des flotteurs, shoot ma gueule. Sale salope.
And the NBA continues.
Salope de ta mère à chienne.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you and I hope they can find some common ground.
Please make it happen soon.
Ewing's checked in for the East. Wilkins comes in for McHale. No good from Jordan.
Il aime pas faire ça.
It's an exhibition, but each team showing great pride. They're getting after it.
Lever left side.
Le raid où je défends, cette salope, il a peur.
Back to Olajuwon. And it's good, 2 points. Olajuwon's got the lead up to 10 now for the West All-Stars.
T'es un bon shooter, non?
When you look at Hakeem Olajuwon's Houston Rockets, here is a team making a lot of moves.
I tell you what, their trade for Joe Barry Carroll and Sleepy Floyd.
Non mais Larry Bird, quand c'était contre moi, hein, tu les mettais bien. Hein. Là tu t'en mets 0. Hein.
And Clark, so much talent for each side, but they got to develop that chemistry on the fly, don't they?
Exactly, and that's what the coaches will be looking for down the stretch. Which group? Hey now! Hey now! Yeah!
And starting last season, Clark, Michael Jordan's scoring went through the roof.
Averaging over 37 points per game, partner, and he's kept close to that pace this season as well. Remarkable.
Amazing and remarkable, right. Wow. Johnson.
Non.
Coming off the assist from Aguaya.
Vas-y, on va le faire tourner.
Magic Johnson leads the league in assists, and he's also got the most assists in All-Star game history. He processes the game at another level, folks.
And looks like pick reset. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Not that hard to spot an illegal screen.
And that replay showed just how
Ce jeu
forceful that
commence à me
block
casser
was.
réellement les couilles. Là. Vraiment, ça m'a cassé les couilles ce jeu. Là, je veux juste jouer à 2K23. J'ai même pas le PS Plus. Ah, vas-y. Moi, je parle plus, moi.
A bunch of tall guys in the NBA. You know, his dad was an amateur boxer, and you know, I think that background gives
Lui aura tout sa mère. Lui, il est claqué.
And the pass to Aguirre.
Lui, c'est pas un mec de chute. Il sait rien faire de sa vie.
Olajuwon inside. Ewing defending. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
Hey, it's inexcusable not putting a body on a key. I mean, you deserve to get cooked when you don't do that.
Here's what the East is going with right now. Malone comes in for Bird, and it's Rivers in for Thomas. The West All-Stars also with the sub. English, he's checked in for Aguirre. And now let's go over to David Aldridge with a report on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Thank you, Kevin.
Je suis en train de grailler mon
Kareem
doigt.
Abdul-Jabbar is the oldest All-Star in history. This is his 17th game. No one else has been in more than 13. To put that into context, there were 6 players in yesterday's Legends game that were younger than Kareem. Magic Johnson says he respects Kareem more than anyone I know because of the pride this man has in whatever he does. Kevin, back to you.
He is a very proud individual.
Non, mais non, je voulais même pas faire ça. Il y a tout. Casse les couilles. Et je vais casser un truc.
And Kevin, that's exactly the pride Magic was talking about, and that's why it seems like every game we do, Kareem is adding to some type of record that he's already established tonight. He could very well become the leading scorer in the history of the All-Star game.
Isn't that phenomenal? They call him captain for a reason. He is truly the leader of this entire NBA.
Yes, sir. The number 1 overall pick in 1985, and it was an All-Star rookie season for Patrick Ewing. Hurt last year, but nice to see him back where he belonged, right in the All-Star game. Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Rivers looking over the floor. Here's Ewing. Lever pulls it in. Fat Lever with an uncanny knack for rebounding. Magic in his
J'ai même plus
element,
trop à 83
Magic Johnson in
là.
his 8th All-Star game now, second in
Non,
All-Star
mais-
votes this year, and he hosts his own All-Star game.
Imagine tu vas sur le mode Michael Jordan, vraiment.
Andre,
Parce que qu'est-ce qui va se passer, je crois.
It's quite an event.
Magic Johnson, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the
Allez,
West
ouais, c'est la
All-Stars.
mi-temps.
He notched 8 points
Là,
in the
faut vraiment
quarter
se réveiller,
and has
hein.
that terrific basketball instinct on display.
Voilà, faut vraiment se
And
rattraper
we'll be
parce que
right
là, les
back
gars,
after this.
on va perdre encore, hein. On va encore perdre, quoi. Voilà, je serai à manger mon omelette.
And we welcome you back to the second half of the 1988
On
All-Star
va
Game
commencer
here
mon
in
omelette, hein.
Chicago.
Peut-être ça va me booster, hein.
Great performances from these players, whether it's their first time participating or their 17th.
Mais je viens de Jordan.
The East trail by 16.
You know, you get into the latter stages of the game, and
Ouais, j'étais lent, frère.
normal to wonder who will take home the MVP trophy. It's certainly one of those accolades that's mentioned when you talk about the great ones.
Here's Jordan.
Merci.
Nice form on the 20-footer.
Allez, allez les
He's
gars.
got 12 points
On sera
in the game.
14.
And Michael
Ouais,
Jordan
c'est
not only
rattrapable.
last
Faut
season's
juste la
leading
donner.
scorer by a mile, but Clark Kellogg this season, he is in the running for the Defensive Player of the Year.
He is the true definition of a two-way player. Gets it done at a high level at both ends.
Getting underway here in the second half. Here's the 5 for Brad Nelson. They've got Olajuwon. English is out there at Malone. Then it's Lever. And it's Johnson in at the point. Just 3 to shoot. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And of the players in tonight's All-Star game, Clark, 2 have won MVP trophies in this
25
game
secondes sont
before.
passées bien
Larry
vite, hein.
Bird and Isaiah
Bizarre,
Thomas.
bizarre, hein.
And how about this, Kevin? Thomas has won 2 out of the last 4 years. If he was to get 3 MVPs, that would put him in some rarefied air, tying with Oscar Robertson for second most. Bob Pettit is the only player to do it 4 times.
And Clark, a slow start, but Michael Jordan is
se replace
beginning
bien.
now to get some momentum and heating up.
And the fans starting to take notice. They're feeling it a little bit, making some noise. They're certainly hoping he can make it happen.
From 17 feet out.
Non, mais quoi? C'est une dinguerie la barre de shoot, frère.
Here's Lever. The vision of Magic Johnson is unsurpassed.
When it comes to distributing the ball, nobody does it better than Magic. When one of his guys has a clean look, the ball, oh my goodness! Come on now.
Allez, merci.
And the high-flying antics of Jordan simply awesome.
Ça se l'a buté, frère.
Johnson, the pass to English. Johnson kicks to English. And Lever has it in the corner. There's the dish to Malone. Whistle blows.
Wow,
the is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And making his All-Star debut in his third year in the league, Karl Malone, one of 4 players in the NBA, averaging over 20 points and 10 rebounds a game.
Brad Daugherty is checked in for the East. Ainge comes in for Dominique Wilkins. The West also making some changes. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for Elijah. Worthy comes in for English. And it's Drexler in for Lever.
Next.
And the East is trailing.
Allez. Une passe de. C'est sa première, c'est pas normal.
I think they really just want to see highlight plays from both sides.
I know you and I do.
Yeah, I love it.
Here's Johnson. That one doesn't go. Some solid defense from Daugherty. Here's Jordan.
Casse-toi! Dégage! J'ai craché mon omelette, sale fils de ta mère la chienne, va. Ciao! Suck ma dick!
Pretty artful dribbling display by Jordan there, and it completely baffled the defender.
Worthy against Thomas. They get the rebound. Malone kicks to Johnson. And it's blocked by Jordan. They get it back.
Arrête, arrête!
Defense. I mean, once Malone has you in the air, it's over. You're done.
And this is his third trip to the line tonight. And the first one drops.
And, you know, most of these guys are accustomed to having their team's offense built around them. It's an adjustment for them now to figure out who's going to get the rock most of the time.
Attends. Alors.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Jordan with it. He's got 16.
Oh.
Over Worthy.
Arrête, frère, mais... Jordan, t'es claqué ou c'est quoi le délire? Comment t'es boosté en mode, là, tu nous fais quoi? Ah, vas-y.
Kevin, excellent point. For players who are used to starting the game, probably a rare experience coming in off the bench and trying to get it going. But I think these guys so enjoy that sacrifice is not much at all.
You're exactly right. And he's got his first chance at the line here. He's checked in for Thomas. McDaniels checked in for the West.
Larry Bird.
And one.
Shooting one.
MVP. Bon, c'est quand même lavé. Hein. Je sais pas si on va réussir à rattraper réellement. Hein. Ouais, les gars, je pense pas en rattrapant. On peut réussir des objectifs, mais rattraper le match, c'est mort. Pas mentir.
Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the West leads by 15. And if there's a rival for the size and athleticism of Michael Jordan Clark, it might just be
Là, passe à lui, ça.
I don't think there's any question about it, Kevin. The Phi Slamma Jamma alum can take flight with the very best of them.
Yep.
Merci la folie.
And Clark, with 3 officials working games, do you think that will result in more fouls being called, more eyes on the ball? They can pick up a lot more, certainly, with more guys on.
Yeah, you know, I think, Kevin, it might be the case early on with the third official, but over time it'll smooth itself out. Off the ball, you know, some things you could get away with in the past, maybe not so much with
les gars, je parle pas trop, faut que je tryhard. Faut que je tryhard sa mère. Faut que je tryhard sa mère. Et ces fils de là, ils vont gagner là.
Here's Donaldson. The dish to Drexler.
Les 3 secondes.
Johnson, a wide open look. No good with the triple.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Non.
Jordan deciding where to go with it. And it's Ewing in the corner.
Thanks.
And it's good.
Patrick Ewing, bon shooter, hein. Est-ce que je vois?
Ewing's got his second bucket tonight.
And with Patrick Ewing leading the way, the New York Knicks finally competitive again. The big man has quickly found a rapport with rookie point guard Mark Jackson. They are a team on the rise. Book that.
And the basket by Johnson. And Magic Johnson, Clark, made it clear coming into this game that he wanted the challenge of defending the great Michael Jordan.
He certainly did. And the West as a team will certainly have their work cut out for him trying to slow that guy down.
Déjà, on remonte un peu, mais quand même.
Michael Jordan using that strength of his to get into the defense to draw the foul on the way up.
No.
Oh, Jordan. Checked in for the East. The West also making some changes. McGuire comes in for Abdul-Jabbar, and Levers subbed in for Magic Johnson. He hits the second from the line.
Try hard.
51 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Outside, Aguirre. Back to Lever. Launches it. East grabs the miss.
Ok, la santé cover.
Drexler against Jordan.
On se calme. Est-ce qu'on peut se calmer, s'il vous plaît? S'il vous plaît, le peuple.
Pulls it from 20, and they will call over the back on the play.
C'est bon,
frère.
Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
Depuis tout à l'heure, il bouge de partout les refs. Calmez-vous ma gueule.
Drexler outside. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish.
Non! Bon local. La brique. Non, on va perdre le match, hein. C'est sûr, hein. Ah, jamais on gagne.
Welcome back to Chicago for the 1988 All-Star Game. The grand finale of what's been a tremendous weekend to celebrate the NBA.
Jamais durant, jamais on gagne.
You take a look at the landscape of the NBA, and I tell you what, that Central Division, dominant. How about this? 36 games above 500 combined.
C'est du racisme. Ça, c'est du racisme.
His finest pro season, Clyde the Glide Drexler making his second All-Star appearance. Worked over the summer with Kiki Vandeweghe to substantially improve
Jordan.
Jordan is out there with
Ta mère. Ta mère. You right, ta mère.
And it's
ta mère.
third in at the 4 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars. Olajuwon, no luck. Well, you look at that Central Division, all 6 teams on pace to make the playoffs.
And you know, Chicago got off to that great start, Kevin. Then they cooled off just a bit. Now tied with Detroit at 3 games behind Atlanta. Those teams are graped up pretty good.
It's English with the drive. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. They get Dominic Wilkins. Down the stretch here, the West.
Va faire la cage, Jordan, va faire que perdre, j'en ai marre. Ah, il en a marre là.
Tell you what, it's been a really entertaining game.
You said it. And the East All-Stars making a change here. Thomas is checked in. The West All-Stars also with the sub. Johnson's checked in. Stolen by Magic. To the paint. And Magic Johnson with the slam.
A little extra magic for the fans on this play. Rising up for the slam. Well done.
Moi, je vais péter un câble.
Jordan against Drexler. Here's Bird. Good, and it's Jordan picking up the assist. Jordan's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Johnson outside. Back to Drexler. Malone against Olajuwon.
Comment la 5 s'est mis 100 points sans le mode Michael Jordan? Vous avez vraiment mis 100 points. Moi j'oublie pas.
Playing for the Utah Jazz. Tonight, he's wearing number 7 to honor the great Pete Maravich, who himself was a 3-time All-Star with the New Orleans Jazz.
Ah, recharge-toi.
Rocket 6. Here's Jordan. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars.
Vas-y, frère.
Olajuwon's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Quoi, il s'est fait poster? Mais oh là 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 là! Non, maman, c'est à moi de briller. Et je vais vraiment crier. Hein. Là, j'ai vraiment envie de casser juste un truc.
The shot comes out, so the East All-Stars will take it the other way. And Clark in the Midwest, those Rockets are really making a push.
And they're doing it behind Hakeem Olajuwon.
Il y a 20 points d'écart, il y a 20 points d'écart. Je suis pas fou,
oh, yeah.
Je suis vraiment pas fou.
Michael Jordan at the line for 2.
And so Jordan nails both of them.
Même à l'OFM, c'est. Bah, je joue en OFM, je crois, en fait. C'est pas normal, là. C'est vraiment pas normal. Qu'est-ce qui se passe en ce moment même? J'ai envie de pleurer. Juste pleurer, ça fait du bien. Pleurer, ça fait du bien dans la vie. Non, je sais même plus poster. Bah ouais, la carrière Jordan c'est pas comme dans la vraie vie. Ouais, plus la mère. Plus sa mère. Ouais, bah ouais. Bah ouais, bah ouais. Elle est claquée. Allez, 3 secondes là. Non, ta mère la chienne, salope. Et 3 secondes. T'es comme moque. Là, toi aussi, frère.
Free throw line.
Smart play that time by Jordan, using the pump, baiting the defender, and he bit.
Free throw good, Jordan.
East All-Stars, Michael Jordan. 2 shots.
And both free throws good for Jordan.
C'est parti.
Now Johnson. Outside English.
2 minutes.
Là, je me dis même. Moi, déjà, gagner le match, c'est impossible. 40 points. Bah. Là, il n'y a aucun défi qui est possible. Hein. Venez juste, on joue pour l'amusement. Jouons pour l'amusement.
Michael Jordan on the wing. Drexler defending.
In a bit of a shooting slump here. I mean, he can't seem to get anything going.
En fait, je me dis, il est vraiment claqué. T'as vu ça qui m'énerve.
Back to English. From 17 feet out, again the West All-Stars.
With him, the scouting report says you've got to go over the screen.
Jordan against Drexler. Jordan the pass to Bird. Chalk up 2 there.
Larry Bird had it going last night at the Legends game. Trying to fill it up tonight as well.
Outside, Drexler. Back to Johnson. Drexler outside. Pass to Olajuwon. Shoots over Malone. Olajuwon, no good. Jordan against Johnson. Jordan outside. Driving the lane, and not many out there who can elevate Michael Jordan.
And while this run
Moi,
is
j'ai réussi à
impressive,
garder son
I just don't
énergie.
think it will be enough.
English dishes to Drexler. Johnson outside. Pass to Elijah. And Magic Johnson continuing to orchestrate beautifully.
Magic Johnson.
There's 21 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And Jordan gets it to go.
Once Jordan gets inside with the Rockets, practically all over. He's that consistent at close range.
46.
Johnson outside.
Casse-toi, frère.
And stolen by Jordan for the finish.
Hey! Quoi? Mais t'es claqué!
Seal the deal. Mild underdogs coming into the game, but Clark, the night is there.
His All-Star game, the Suns they said might as well be us.
And the
claqué, Jordan.
All-Stars. Clark, a lot of interchangeable pieces.
And Hakeem Olajuwon, that's a powerful duo there.
Ouais, sa mécanique de shoot, elle se pédé, frère. Même moi, j'ai un meilleur mécanique. Pédé de merde, va. Mais j'ai réussi 0 défi, Michael. Elle est marre. Non. Une bonne omelette. Ah, il y en a marre, frère. Il y en a marre. Ah. 1989. De jeu The Shoot. Ah, je crois que les filles ils tirent pas. En mode, je crois celui-là il tire vraiment pas longtemps en mode. Dans mes souvenirs, ce défi. De toute façon, on verra. Chicago de The Shoot. Chicago Bulls vs Cleveland Cavaliers. 7 mai 1989. Premier tour de la conférence S, match 5 avec The Shoot, mais qui a reçu probablement l'un des besoins buteurs les plus iconiques de sa carrière pour aimer le Cleveland Cavaliers lors des playoffs de 1989. Bah, c'est bien la vie. Merci les gars d'avoir cette vidéo. J'en ai marre. J'en ai marre. Bon. Prochain épisode. C'est bon, on va dire les termes. J'en ai marre des défis. Voilà, le plus important c'est de gagner le match. Voilà. Maintenant j'en ai marre des défis. De la trou de balle là. Voilà, j'en ai marre. Maintenant, on en a marre. On en a marre des défis. Fils 2. Voilà. Voilà. Maintenant, on va défendre parce que ce match-là, on n'a même pas défendu. En fait, je voulais juste prendre des rebonds, mais on a flop. Allez, là, il y en a marre. Il y en a marre, il y en a Berlin, grosse bobine. Attendez. Ah, voilà. Merci d'avoir cette vidéo. Likez, commentez, partagez, abonnez-vous. Donnez-moi la force pour réussir.